Hey, hi everyone. It's the Papa from the Papa's Kitchen, and today I'm going to make a quick, this is a bonus reel by the way, coming out on Saturday. I'm home right after church. Oh, we had a great church service. They started a new series the pastor did this morning. It was very good. And so before I take my nap, I wanted to make this a little bonus video for you for a couple of reasons. It's just a quick meal. I'm going to do a steak, and I'll get back to that in a second, but I did cut up some of my vegetables, and I found some radishes in the refrigerator, and I don't want them to go bad on me, so I cut these up. I don't know if you realize this, but if you roast your radishes, they can turn out tasting just like potatoes. They're so good. I love them. And Susan you like them, right? Don't you?
Well, I was shocked when we first did them, and they tasted just like potatoes.
Yeah, it's really neat.
The white ones look like potatoes.
Yeah, that's exactly the white radishes. So what I'm going to do real quickly, I just cut everything up. I'm going to blanch it for a couple of minutes, put them on a plate with a paper towel so that they dry real good. Then I'll spread them out. I'm not going to do a long deal with you on that. I'll spread them out on my sheet pan. I'll put some parchment down, and I'll put them in the oven at about 375, 400, and just roast them up for a little bit for part of my meal. I'm just doing this and the steak. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come on over here, so I'll just show them real quick. I put these in the pan for about 2 minutes of some boiling water, and we're going to get that going.
We already changed our clothes.
Yeah.
Put our shorts on.
Set a timer for 2 minutes, would you? There you go,
By
babe.
the way, you have 3 new notifications.
Okay, I don't want to know about any of it. No, You always got to tell me stuff. What else is going on? I really don't care. So I'm going to blanch those, and I'm actually going to try. I've never done it. I'm going to blanch these in here too. It just cooks them up a little bit, and gets them all going, and it's all going to taste good anyhow.
So, hon, did you learn anything at church today? Since you've preached how many messages?
How to be a good Christian.
No, come on now.
I learned a lot.
I think it's an interesting topic, the old school versus the new school.
Oh, yeah, that is good. Everybody has their opinion, don't they, though?
Yes, and so it was kind of cool. Some things, though, never grow old. Right. And that's what this series is on.
Yeah. Well, fundamentals don't change. That's the idea. And
the same, I think, can be said about cooking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
when you think about it, it's about everything.
Yep, exactly.
So stuff that your mother did, or my mother did, or our grandparents did, still works.
Still works today.
Yep.
How you conduct your life, how you raise your children, how you live in your marriage, it all works the same way. There they are. Pull them out. They're all nice and green, a little softer.
They turn green as
as
they heat up a little.
While they're cooking. And I want them to be really dry before I put them on that sheet. So I'm going to let them sort of soak off here a few minutes. I'm not in any hurry. And then put some oil, some salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of balsamic glaze. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And that'll be good.
Okay, what's this? Got them all ready.
Yeah, everything's ready to go into the oven. I got my oven at 400. It's actually preheating right now. I'm just going to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and this is a rosemary infused. It gives you a little taste of rosemary infused olive oil. And really all I'm going to do with this, take my little hands here, mix it so everything gets coated on parchment paper. And I just sort of want, ooh, that smells so good already.
Yeah, you can taste the difference.
Oh yeah, you sure can. On flavored oils, you can get, I've got a garlic and onion one up there and a few other things. It's just fun to do. Okay, and then all I'm going to do, once that's sort of all coated to go into roast, I'm just going to put some salt and pepper on it. And I have my pepper mill here.
Love these grinders.
Yep, I sure do. I'm going to talk about them in a second when I do the steak. But I'm just sort of getting this ready because the steak will go pretty quickly here. And this has some sea salt in it. that I just got. And this
Whoa.
go on here.
It's doing a lot of
Nice, eh?
salt. That's a lot.
No, it isn't.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It just seemed to be a lot grinding out.
Yeah,
So it'll be
okay.
interesting to see.
Yeah, and just spread them out so that they cook well, okay? So that's
Yes.
gonna go in the oven. We'll just, no timer, we'll just keep an eye on it.
Jerry, why did you want to do a steak? I mean, it sounds so elementary, but
Yeah, you know what? Here's the steak. I pulled out, this is about I don't even know how big this is. Actually, I haven't weighed it. It didn't occur to me to do that. But I bet you it's a good pound. It's a ribeye, nicely marbled. And I just wanted to show everybody how to do a steak in my cast iron right on the stove. Don't do it in the oven. I mean, you can do it, but I just like to get the good sear on it. And all you're going to do, people always ask, well, you know, how much time should you cook the steak? It has nothing to do with time. It has everything to do with temperature. And a lot of people like different steaks. Coming from Nebraska, we do ours rare or medium rare. I like medium rare. I like some red inside. I don't like bloody, but I do like a good pink inside. And so that tells me with that, it's going to be a temperature that I'm looking for of about 125 once it's on here. And once it hits that 120, 125 mark, I'm going to pull that steak off. I'm going to set it aside on the cutting board or something, let it rest for a good 10 minutes or so. Let all those juices, if you cut into it right away, all the juice is going to pour out. You want it to rest down temperature-wise, and it contracts those juices back in. And what it does, it makes for a real juicy steak, and it's going to be very good so that when you cut it, I mean, you're going to really taste everything that's supposed to be there as a steak. The other thing that I like with steaks, I mean, I've got a cupboard full of different rubs and different seasonings, everything from Lowry seasoning salt to I don't care what, all these fancy names. I typically like my steak just salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. That's why, I'll tell you what, I have a friend named Joe, and he does these PepperMates, and a lot of you people have asked, a lot of you folks have asked, where did I get that pepper mill from? Well, PepperMate makes that. And the way I found out about these is my favorite cook, Garten, she uses these. And I'm looking at this thing when she's doing it and twisting it and blah, 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 and I'm going, oh my goodness, because I've had the electric ones, the battery operated ones, you know, and all that. I mean, right when you're ready to do some seasoning, the batteries need to be replaced or whatever. This is all mechanical. I love these things. It comes with, each one comes with a base that snaps on or off, and you can actually grind into the base if you need to measure, but the top comes off, and all you do is put your peppercorns in there. Now look at, you can, if you want to, you can just go ahead and do like you do, Susan. I hate to say it,
yes,
but
I use the shaker.
You just get the box of salt and pepper, and you do the pepper thing. That's not seasoned, freshly ground pepper. Get yourself a little extra money. Get yourself the peppercorns, and they've got all types, all flavors, red. Yeah, I mean, these are just regular black peppercorns. And here, look at this. This is what's neat. You can adjust in these things the setting. It's a if you go clockwise, it makes it a finer grind. If you go counterclockwise, it makes it a harsh grind, or a more coarse grind, I should say. Now, here's the neat part. I'm making a steak au poivre. Au poivre. That's how they say it in French. All it means is a pepper steak, okay?
Oh, okay.
I am French background, pardon me, but I don't speak it, as you can tell. But that's all this is a pepper steak that I'm going to do today. So I'm going to salt it, and I'm going to pepper it. Now, I've had the steak out for about 30 minutes so far, and I'm going to let it go just a bit longer because I want this steak to be at room temperature. Once I get this heated up, I don't want to put cold, frozen almost steak on there. I want room temperature. It's going to cook a lot more evenly. It's going to cook a lot nicer and faster, by the way. And what you won't have, if it's at room temperature when you season it, it won't get on the hot plate and then get all seared on the outside, but no cooking going on the inside. You want to get it cooked on the inside, in my case down to up to a medium rare, that 125 degree. But if you put cold steak on, cold meat on, cold chicken, everything, take it out of the fridge for a little bit. Let it just sit on the counter. Nothing's going to happen unless you got a lot of flies in the house. And if that's true, get an exterminator. Get rid of the flies. But honestly, it's the best way is to start it a room temperature steak. So let that rest a little bit longer, and then I'm going to show you how I season it.
Okay, so what are you cooking it on?
I'm going to cook it on this hot plate that I did. It's an induction cooktop, and I love this because we can put it over here and do it under the lights a little bit better, and it works with anything that has it's a magnetic kind of thing. And my cast iron works just great on it.
Yeah, and you got that off of Amazon.
I got it off Amazon, so I can put the link there. But hey, by the way, my friend Joe sent me this one, and then he sent me this green one over here, and I put some sea salt, coarse sea salt, in there. Look at, see that coarse sea salt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I can set that grinder. And then, so I've got that, and then he sent me another one just to have, I guess, and it's a clear one. But when you get these, it comes with a warranty. It's a lifetime warranty. These things just don't break. I cannot break this thing. It just, I've dropped it on the floor, all sorts of stuff. And what he's doing for all of our viewers is down in the description box, you're going to see a link. If you order from him, he'll give you a discount because you're a Papa Kitchen viewer. Okay. Did I say that right? A Papa's Kitchen viewer.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
It was nice of him to.
So, Steak Au Poivre, and I'm actually, you can just do it salt and pepper and they'd be fine. That's how it traditionally is. But I am going to do a little bit of a brandy, cream, peppercorn sauce to go with it. I've done this steak before. I love it. And we'll just put a little sauce on, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So hang on. What I love about this induction cooking, you can actually set the exact temperature that you want, and it just works so very nice. Now that's starting to actually smoke a little bit. Let me just show you. I just put a good amount of salt. I've got kosher salt. That's what I usually cook with, not sea salt. I'll finish it with sea salt a little bit later. I make sure it goes on all the sides, front and back. Get it in there really good. And I usually just pat it in there really good. And then I'm going to also put my steak on, pepper on the steak, excuse me. And again, I'm just gonna grind. And this is a pepper steak, so don't hold back. Come on, put some pepper on that thing. There we go. And come around here and let's do the same thing on the other side. And then once you see the smoke coming up like you see it on my pan right there, my cast iron, it's ready. So got this thing going great, and we're going to put this steak down and away from me. And we are going to let that just do its thing. Don't touch it. Go get a cup of coffee, do whatever you gotta do. Don't touch it, don't mess with it. Don't even hardly think about it. Just let it do what it's going to do for a while, and that's going to come out just great, tasting really great. We want a nice sear on that one side. While that's going on, I'm going to get a couple things ready. One, when I turn the steak over, I'm going to put a couple of sprigs of thyme in there. I'm going to put some smashed garlic in there. And I'm going to put some butter in there. Where's my butter go? Oh, here's my butter. I'm going to put some butter in there for some fat, additional fat. And we're going to, once I turn the steak over, we're going to let that cook in there. And look at, all you need is a $4, that's about all I think I paid for this little battery operated, got to turn it on here the right way. Digital thermometer.
It's
and
battery?
You're just going to,
It's not rechargeable battery.
No, it's not a rechargeable. It's just replace the battery right there.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, one of them little batteries. And that's it. Now, the other thing that I've already done, and I can bring this over and show you, I've already got a shallot chopped down, and I've got one clove of garlic that I'm going to run through the press. And I'm going to also take about a tablespoon of butter, unsalted butter. And what I'm going to do is once the steak is done and I pull it out of there, I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit on the pan. And I'm going to add these and let them simmer and stew a little bit. And at the same time, I've got a little brandy. You can use cognac, which is, they say is better, or brandy. I'm going to use that just a little bit to deglaze the pan. And once that's deglazed, I'm going to stir things around, and then I'm going to add in my heavy whipping cream, and then stir that. And that's going to be your sauce. It's a peppercorn brandy sauce, and it's going to be excellent with this steak.
Wow, what a great Sunday dinner.
Sunday dinner, I'm telling you. Plus I've got my radishes and I've got my broccoli in the oven right now,
Yes.
doing a little roasting job. Perfect, healthy meal. Look at that beautiful char. Now, with that turned, I'm going to add my garlic in there. Throw my garlic in. I'm going to put that some butter in there. Let me use a little bit of this. Oh my gosh. Put some more on the other side. Beautiful. And throw in on both sides here. I'll split it up. Throw in that thyme. Let that cook. It's going to be great. And again, I'm looking for a temperature of about 120 or so. There we go. It's coming up. I'm at about 95, 96 right there. You want it in the middle of the steak. There's 102, yeah, right in there. So it's going to cook just great. I love that butter in there. When you hear that thyme kicking in, the garlic, make sure that gets all smashed around. You're not going to eat the garlic per se, but you're going to really taste it. That's for
I like
sure.
eating it.
I know you do.
It is good.
It is. It is. You like garlic. Unfortunately, the Queen of England, I read once, will refuse to allow garlic even in the
Are you
castle.
kidding?
Yeah, she won't allow it. It
Why?
can give you, well, you know, it gives you a little bit of bad breath or whatever. I don't know what her problem is. Yeah. Okay, I'm checking out the temperature, and I'm right at, right there, back there in the heavy part. It's about 120, 122 down here. It's 123, 125 right in there. This thing is ready to come off, so off we go. Again, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of temperature. So that's coming off, and I'm going to pull out my thyme. I'm going to lower the heat here a little bit. I'm going to pull out even my garlic, because I'll do something different garlic-wise. And all I'm going to do now is, with that beautiful stuff in there, I'm going to put in my shallots. I'm going to put in a minced clove of garlic. I'm going to put in some butter. And by the way, I used my grinder, and I actually did, it's a peppercorn sauce. I actually took and ground in that little thing about 3/4 of a tablespoon of peppercorn. And so it's going to be very fresh. It's going to taste just wonderful. So let me pull this up. We're going to put these onions in there. They're going to saute nicely. I'm going to put this nice big old clove of garlic, and I'm going to mince that. And we're going to put that in there. And oh, that's going to saute nicely. And we're going to just stir that all around and use this. And oh, we're going to put the butter in there. There we go.
More butter.
More butter. Why not? And you don't want to burn it too fast, you know, because garlic will burn real quickly. And so you're being very careful with this. And even if you have to every once in a while, even on this thing, I'm still learning a little bit how to do this. You can bring the heat down there a little, and just by lifting it off,
it immediately
changes. Yeah,
like
exactly. I love that. Now, here's the thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take the little bit of brandy, and I'm going to just deglaze the bottom of that pan with that brandy. Just like that, just a little bit. And I want to get that turned in there like that a little bit. Oh, beautiful. And you really almost want to totally cook the brandy off. That's exactly what you want to do here. Oh, and I've got to put my peppercorn in. There that goes. Get that all going and sauteed. Almost forgot about that. That's the whole reason why I'm doing this. For the peppercorn taste. Yeah, you can smell it. It just smells wonderful. And that's going to come together real nice. We're going to let that reduce down just a little bit. And the only last thing I'm going to put in is going to be the
cream.
And that's going to make things very nice. It's a very quick meal. I mean,
It's
here
like
we
a
are.
gravy almost, right? right?
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's going to be like a brown, white, brownish gravy. Sorry for the noise.
It's almost like you're a professional today.
Oh my goodness. Well, it was because I went to church and I'm a good Christian.
It's because you went to church?
Yes, that's right.
Oh my goodness.
Energizes.
Well, why don't you go to church every day?
Every day I should. I'll tell you what, there's 1,000 cooks that make Au Poivre steak, pepper steak, and there will be 1,000 different recipes. On how
Oh,
to do it.
really?
Yeah. Okay, now here we go. There goes the cream, about 3/4 of a cup of cream, and all we do is just stir that around. You want it to get nappe, they call it. There's another French word, I think, where it's going to look a little bit thicker than this, and that cream will thicken right up. And there it is. There's the nappe. See,
Yes.
you know, there it is. That's what you want.
Nice.
So that's good. So I'm turning that off, and we're set. We are set to go. Woo! But I've got even my sea salt one, and I'll tell you what I do with that. I put a little bit of I'm going to put a little bit of a more coarse grind on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of like, it's like, what is that salt? Malden salt, you know,
yes.
a finishing salt. I'm going to put that on my steak before I serve it. And oh, babe, you're going to love this dinner. You're going to thank me. In fact, if you're really nice, you'll do the dishes. Let me take a nap.
Oh, you mean like I always do?
Yes, like you always do.
There we go. I will. I'll
There we
do
go.
the
That's it. Oh,
I mean, I have to do the dishes. You do all the cooking.
I know.
It's just a team effort here.
It is. So let's
But
see how
that's
these
going to
things
be
are going.
yum. Look at that. So, whoops, my camera fell.
Oh, those are nice. Everything's done nice.
Veggies are done.
Yep.
There we go. And you wouldn't believe it, but those, here, let's test one. You could even do them a little longer. Maybe, you know, like a potato that I think they cook a little slower than the broccoli.
Yeah, they do.
So then you could put them in first and then
Yeah, that's a
add
good
things.
idea.
But they go really good in a crock pot with a roast or with other things, stews. That's when they're delicious.
Look at, there's no juice dripping out because it's all gotten absorbed as I've let it sit and wait. I'm cutting these a little thinner. That way you can have more and not feel like you're overeating.
Have seconds.
I'm gonna cut the whole thing. I'll show you why. And I'm going across here. And you're gonna get some with, and again, this is a ribeye, so you're gonna get some more fat than like a New York steak, probably a New York strip steak. But that fat is so good anyhow, I don't care what anybody says. This is the piece, the tithe for the chef.
Oh, there you go. Wait a minute. Did you tithe? That's what we used to tell our kids. Dad gets a tithe before you start.
Look at how beautiful medium rare that is. See? And again, it had nothing to do with time. It had everything to do with temperature.
Now, this is one of the first dishes Jerry ever really made on his own that was really like a chef. He has perfected it over the couple of years now he's been cooking, and honestly, it just gets better all the time.
It does.
Better and better. We used to think we did good ones on the grill. This is nothing.
You know what I
on
love
the
is
grill.
when my kids say, "Oh, I wish I was eating at your house today."
Yeah, that's really pretty special.
That's when it's great. And then I go home, Sarah says, "Can you fix that for me? Can you do this for me? Can you?"
Yeah, some of your moms are like that, you know.
By the way,
Go home and their kids want them to cook for
yeah,
them.
one
Mine
of the
don't.
one of the things you can add in here in the sauce that I didn't because I don't have any on hand is parsley, which would make it, cut up parsley, which would make it just wonderful. But watch, you just lay that in there like that, and that is going to be so good. Then I'm going to take my little sea salt PepperMate mill here. I'm going to make sure it's on coarse, counterclockwise all the way over. And I'm going to do some finishing sea salt on here. Whoop, got to take that off.
There you go.
There you have it, folks.
Delicious.
And if you wonder, did I have a piece to eat? I did. I'll dip it
He's
in.
eating 2, by the way. There we go.
Oh
3.
my goodness. Okay, that's it. We're gonna eat. Wish you were here. Wish you could have enjoyed it. But look in the description. Get yourself a PepperMate. I don't get any money for doing this. I got a free PepperMate. Okay, big deal. But I'll tell you what, you're gonna enjoy this. Get one of these, keep it on hand. I keep mine right by the stove. And look in the description below, and you will find, if you link to there, click on it, it'll take you to a link that'll give you a discount. See ya. Have a wonderful, whatever day you're looking at this, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. And try the steak out.
Please do.
Yep, bye-bye.
It's delicious.